Hello, guys. Good morning. My name is Prince Wonder, MD on the phone. Welcome back to our midweek live analysis session with Prince Wonder. Now, as usual on the program, we're going to be looking at the financial markets, trying to see what the market has been doing and where we're going from here to try and get a sense of what we should be doing, what kind of actions we should be taking in the market, what expectations we should be having for price. I trust everybody can hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, all right, great. Now, the first thing I want to get into today, before we get into our actual analysis, I got a request to look into Cardano in respect of their hard fork coming up tomorrow. And likewise, there's a hard fork on EOS today, actually. And as such, I just want to shed some light on the situations of these currencies before we move forward. Now, here's one thing, right? Yes, they're having a hard fork, but there's a common idea that we've always had in the market that I believe you should remember. Buy the rumor, sell the news. It's as old as the markets are or have been, and it's always going to be right. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Now, if we look at our charts, you see we sort of are at a support for these currencies, and it means we could literally head up a little bit. Same thing with Cardano. We're actually sitting at a pretty decent support right now, and we could actually head up from here. But based on the fundamentals surrounding these coins, there's actually no additional momentum going to come in because of the hard fork actually happening or the network upgrade. All of that is done and gone. All of that is done and gone. Whatever action, whatever reaction the market is going to have as a result of the fork is done. It is done and gone. Okay, it's done and gone. If you want to analyze and trade Cardano or EOS, you really just want to do that off of a technical reason, not based on the fundamentals and whatnot. Fundamentally, there is nothing that will be triggering or pushing price based on those hard forks. Actually, there's nothing, there's no reaction that we're expecting from the markets anymore, or it's literally just it's gone. There's no action, no reaction, nothing. If anything, based on the hard fork, we are actually even expecting a sell. Like I said, buy the rumor, sell the news. But since it's not like there's an announcement that we're looking forward to, that should come in and we say we're confirming something, So I'm not actually expecting any serious sell because the hard fork has happened. No. So I'm really not expecting a buy and I'm not expecting a sell because of that. So the market is just going to continue as is. All right. So based on the hard fork or not, there's really no reaction that I'm personally expecting from the market. All right. So before we start looking into the cryptocurrency market, I make it a tradition to look at Bitcoin first. Okay. I make it a habit to look at Bitcoin first to see what Bitcoin is doing so we can relate it to the rest of the market instead of looking at the rest of the market and then trying to relate it to Bitcoin. Let's see Bitcoin and see if those other coins are even worth analyzing in the first place. Okay, now we had a crack below this zone before our last week's session. When was that? Yeah. Okay, this was during the week. I think I updated it in the group. So we had a crack below that zone and a bearish continuation down back down here to 18,300 give or take. So that sell basically we had a pullback. Now the problem with Bitcoin right now is we're uncertain if we're going to have a bearish continuation, a bearish continuation, if we're going to make a lower low. That's actually the problem if we're going to make a lower low. because for the last since July, August, September, we've been held up at this $18,000 support, and we have not broken below it. But likewise, we've not actually headed up above it either. We've not really gone anywhere. We actually made this move to $24,000 once, and all the way to 24,800. I think we even hit 25. Yeah, $25,000 in August, middle August. So we've actually not made any significant move within the last 3 months. We've been stagnant and consolidating, which is a problem. Well, which is a problem because it's breeding confusion in the market. So we're uncertain if we're still going to bounce from here as we've been doing, or we're going to have a bearish continuation or a breakout from that level. And honestly, even right now, I am still confused. If you've been following my analysis, I honestly still don't know what I should be expecting off of the market. If I go up to the weekly time frame on my RSI, I'm seeing a rejection off of this lower high trend there, and so I am not absolutely certain we're out of bearish continuation trend yet. I need to see a sort of reaction and break from that trend in order for me to be full bearish. Yes, we hit our oversold zone on the weekly RSI, but we've not seen any actual confirming move on price. We've been consolidating since June, really since June that the RSI hits are oversold. We've been not actually made any progress over the last few months. The market has really just been in one place between 25 and $18,000. We've not made any significant period. On the short term, we've actually still just been making smaller and smaller ranges for price. And until that direction sets in, we're not really going to have any strong um, movement for price, any strong predictions. It's all just going to be wait, confirm, and see before you make a actually really bearish off of what I am seeing. But like I said, the market consolidating has really put me in a situation whereby I really can't do anything that move, unless I see something to confirm that move. So right now, I'm still just going to wait and see how the market. Sorry, before I take a buy position from here. Okay, before I take a buy position from there, 1,000 and then back above. But my RSI is still bearish, hence the reason why I need to wait and get a confirmation of this zone and go below 18,000 again. I honestly doubt this market has enough will and desire to actually push back above that. We not had a daily close. Was yes below it at the time. Actually got to 17.8, but the market pushed back up $1,000. So we've not actually had a close below 18K for. So if we actually do drop further, we almost certainly have that close, which is confirmed very sentimental move in the market, which would actually push us to those levels that has been seeming like they are not 13,000 and then probably even all the way to $10,000. But let's see how the market reacts here before we start to predict a doom. You wait, you see, and then you make a move. All right. So now relating this to EOS and Cardano, Bitcoin really is still not giving us any real direction for price yet. So, but it seems like we could actually still have a little bearish move before we go for EOS right there. My TPO obviously would be around there. I'm not too greedy right now, so I'll just do something like this. So I still have a decent 1:2, 1:2 with 20% profit and 10%. But if you still want to break that down to a much smaller trend, I doubt the TP may be reduced a little bit. So we could actually break our TP down to size to this point here, more reasonable, especially if the market goes bearish or really bearish. And now you see that reduces our odds to 1:2.4, which really isn't still all that bad, but personally I prefer to trade with much better odds. So if I was taking this, I'd wait to see if actually this is actually take this trade. I can't take that 1:2.4, so I'll wait and see if this is likely based on how the market starts with. I know if it will get here or not to take my stance. Now for Ada, we're already sitting pretty at our support of buy or no buy, and that's that. So we're actually on a bearish candle right now. The RSI also still hasn't really bottomed out, so you really might just want to wait for a little more confirmation, or you could take the risk and enter your trade and wait to see what happens. So yeah, I think this is a okay. All right, 46 cents, and then you could push it all the way up to say 48. Either way, we actually have good odds. We actually have good odds on this trade. So whichever you pick is a good play in the end. Okay, so now markets. So by the way, guys, if you have any pair you want me to look into, send it in the group, and I'll go through them one after the other. All right. So the forex market, my stop loss hit on Euro USD yesterday, but we're still inside the market. Actually, we have a very good entry right now. So I was expecting a breakout was back here, but that didn't actually work out well for me, and we just had a strong sell back here. Now looking at, we're actually sitting down here and we're starting to see signs of a reversal. So I'll be jumping in on a straight up buy for Euro USD from here. Okay, so that's in on Euro USD. So I'll just take that and see where this market takes us. Okay, so basically GBP USD usually exhibits the same pattern as Euro USD. Like I said, you see the same almost oversold position there. We just need to confirm if okay, so this is actually the exhausting part now, having to confirm our short-term support and resistance, and I'm unable to on this one, so I'll just leave it. Okay. Just need to confirm. So perhaps the most important thing on our charts are where we points, which are our support and resistance. So the most careful thing you really want to do is mark out your exacting precision, because it basically labels the rest of your analysis. Every other thing is based off of those zones that here we still have some strong selling going on here. So we just need to wait and see if this market been absorbed over time before we take a buy. Else, wait for the support to break and then we take a sell. I think I've said this severally that it's a mortal sin to enter a resistance. So with that in mind, we're just going to leave this and come back to see what happens there later. Okay, so let's start with XRP, USDT. This divergence on the RSI. By the way, I heard about, or rather I read about a Ripple Labs and FTC. I think there was a meeting and CEO of Ripple actually took FTC around their offices. So there's probably some sort of partnership that might be going on there. In addition to probably the end of the whole SEC XRP situation. So you might really want to keep a close watch on XRP perform optimally during this bull market or this previous bull market. So this may just be its own time to shine. Yeah. So you might just want to keep an open eye on the fundamentals surrounding XRP. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so my dilemma here is this is clearly a breakout, but divergence. So clearly a bearish divergence. Which are we going with? A bearish continuation back below this new support, or this is simply a fake out and we have a bearish continuation? So just an additional confirmation. Okay, so well, I really wouldn't be hasty taking a sell, considering we're already starting to see some bullish um, move, almost as if the market is confirming this as a support. So we could actually see, we may not see as much of a sell as we expect on this bearish divergence, and we could just really just have a bullish continuation from there. But ultimately, it really just depends on what Bitcoin ends up doing at the end of the day. Since Bitcoin basically holds the rest of the market, right? So just keep an eye on that. See if we form another bullish candle, then you can probably take a buy off of that one. Okay, so the next one is dot. Mm, okay, just had to confirm if we're at an all-time low or not, because an ideal situation, I don't trade anything at an all-time low. So if that was the case, I would have just abandoned this analysis entirely. Okay, so we'll just cap that as our short-term support, and then the next key support is at 5.64, which is actually a long way from the current market price. RSI is giving us sort of a bullish. So the question really is it even worth trading in the first place? Because clearly this market has been consolidating undeniably, actually. It has been consolidating and ranging here. So if we're trading that range, we're taking a buy from there. Stop loss down here. We have less than 1:1 odds, so clearly not a good trade. So I just want to forfeit this one for a little bit. We don't have any kind of strong bullish move on dot right now. As you can see, the RSI on the 4-hour chart really isn't smiling at all. Spooked, and we could literally have a bearish continuation from there, seeing as we just broke below a major support. It's really take a short-term trade. You could just break it down to what I just showed you, but the odds are not good. So, well, entirely up to you to decide how you would react to that. Okay, so ETH USDT. I've only looked into ETH in a few days, so let's just have that. This chart actually seems far more confusing than BTC did. Only one conclusion I can draw from here is price hasn't bottomed out yet. We have to still drop back down to $1,200 dip before we can, well, possibly have a strong move up. This strong sell, this big sell, the last 3 days or thereabout, maybe 1 week, we didn't actually hit our support. We reversed before we got down there, which means we didn't actually bottom out yet. So a small reversal, correction, and then we still look like we're coming down. So possibly we really just want to aim for 1,200 plus for a buy. And if you're taking a sell, or if you want to take a buy position, a sell position actually. This actually, okay, let me break this down to a smaller time frame. It's not short term buy, sorry, that we could play with. Okay. Okay, so we could actually take a short-term buy from here, back up here. I was actually aiming to probably enter a sell around that red line. So we could actually take a short-term buy from here up there and see. Stop loss really isn't much, so we could actually gamble that. So take a short-term buy to where the market currently is. Oh, it's not completely bad. So if you're trading futures, you might just want to take a small move here just to see, get a feel of the market. It's not much, but it's decent if you're leverage trading or trading with a large capital. Okay, so just a short-term move, but I'm aiming for a much stronger sell from say 1,370 back down to 1,200 and say $50. So yeah, okay, ape, and then enter the looks like there's a lot of selling primed to happen here. Bearish divergence, resistance, sell continuation. So this one is a straight up sell for me. No argument on this one. I'm not at all. I'm just a straight sell on ape. Yep, for me. So happy trading. All right. So our last, now USD. NZD USD. Let's take a look. Honestly, with all this USD back to the Stone Age resistance. Sorry about info to really give you. So for spares like this, I actually just, if I have to go back to it would be too really wouldn't be looking into this. That's when the analysis proves to might not be worth it sometimes. There's a ton of pairs that don't want to be analyzed. Thanks for coming out. This is our outlook. The video goes straight to YouTube, so I'll go over it. You can always see the entire thing on other tutorial videos on a weekly basis. All right. Next week. Happy trading.